YouTube, what is going on? Back with my latest video. So I'm switching it up a little bit today. Today I'm actually going to go over my top 10 pops that I think Funko should make for Marvel. With me getting into comic books more, I thought it'd be an interesting video, and I actually teamed up with my boy Kevin Snowden on this one. I'm gonna put his information right there so you guys can check him out on Instagram as well as YouTube. He actually did his top 10 as well, so he's gonna have a video up, and we just want to make sure you guys check out both and compare the list and see who did a better job of making suggestions to Funko. So let's get right into the list and see if mine's better. Here we go. Alright guys, before we get into this list, please smash that like button down below. Let me know you guys are enjoying these videos, and as always, if you're not already subscribed to my YouTube channel, hit that subscribe button down below as well so you're updated to my most recent content, and hit that bell notification so you're alerted as soon as I post a new video. So, like I said, I just want to do my rundown of my top 10 pops I think Funko should make. Hopefully they watch this video because they seem to do a lot of the pops that I like to do in these kind of segments and then make them later on. So hopefully this list makes them make these pops. So without further ado, number 10 we have Noel. So Noel's a very popular character right now in the comic community and in general with Marvel fans. So I definitely can see Funko making this character into one pretty soon. He's the god of all symbiotes, and with Venom being very popular as well, it's only a matter of time before Funko makes Noel into a Funko Pop. I think it'd be a very cool looking one, and it would look really nice in a set with all the other Venomized figures as well. So definitely one I would like to see Funko do in the future, and this one I can guarantee Funko is going to end up doing just due to the popularity of this character right now. But we don't have it yet, so I think number 10, Noel, is a good place right here. Alright, so up next at number 9, one of my new favorite characters. You guys know I'm a huge X-Men fan, so I'm a little biased on this list maybe, but number 9 I have Dazzler. So Dazzler's a pretty cool one. She was a hero in the old X-Men comics, and also she did have her own spin-off series as well. After reading the comic books, I do really like her. She has some cool powers, and I think she would definitely translate well into Funko Pop forms. Definitely a character I can see them introducing in the new run of X-Men with the Marvel Universe as well. But definitely a character I would like to see as part of my X-Men collection. And I can see her doing a regular pop, and also her with a chase, her shooting out her beams. But definitely a pop I think that deserves to be on this list, and definitely one I hope more that Funko makes in the future. Alright guys, so at number 8, one of my low-key favorite characters, we have Modok. So Modok is one of the best villains of all time in Marvel, and I think that Funko is going to make this one pretty soon as well. So I'm sitting here editing this video and see that Modok release. So guess that's one down. I used to always love playing with him on Marvel vs. Capcom. He's one of the most annoying characters on there, but I always used to love playing with him, and I also did his comic book as well. So definitely a character I'd like to see them make. He's also in the new Avengers video game for PlayStation as a villain, so I can only imagine that Funko's going to start making some Modok pops pretty soon. So don't be surprised if you see them popping up, but for right now, if they don't, Funko, watch this and make some Modok pops. So number 8, my boy Modok. Alright, so at number 7, we have my boy Hawkeye. So Hawkeye is probably my favorite superhero of all time. No one ever says that, but I just always liked Hawkeye. And they do have a Hawkeye from the Avengers, but I want them to see them make the Hawkeye from the comic books. So I think that would be a very cool looking one. It's definitely one I would pick up as soon as I get it. A lot of times Funko makes these pops from the superheroes from the movies or the villains from the movies, but they never go back and make the comic book version. They started to do that with some of them. With the X-Men, they made the first X-Men 1 pops and the first class ones, but they haven't really made all the characters into comic book ones yet, and I would love to see them make Hawkeye into one. And again, one of my favorite Marvel vs. Capcom players, and he's probably the player I was the best with, so definitely to see Hawkeye in pop form. And yeah. Alright, so at number 6, we have another X-Men. We have Havok. So Havok is one of the more underrated and not talked about X-Men out there, but he was very, very popular in the comic books and was around for a very long time. I think even at one point he was the leader of the X-Men. But Havok is Cyclops, Scott Summers' brother. He has some pretty cool powers as well. He can, you know, shoot energy beams and things of that nature. And he was in the movies, the X-Men First Class, and I believe, whatever the second one was called in the new ones. Drop down in the comment section below because I'm drawing a blank right here. But he was in the movie, so it's kind of surprising that they haven't tried to make him into a Funko Pop because he is a pretty popular character. But if they do him, hopefully they make, again, the comic book version of him and not the movie version. But I think he would look really, really dope as a Funko Pop, especially back there next to his brother Cyclops. So at number 6, we have Havok. Alright, so at number 5, we have Dormammu. So this one's kind of surprising that they haven't turned to a Funko Pop yet. He is a popular Marvel character, and he also was in the Doctor Strange movie, albeit for just a little bit, but still a very, very popular Marvel character, and I think he would translate very, very well into Funko Pop form. Definitely one I'm surprised they haven't decided to do yet. They do a lot of other obscure ones, and this character, Dormammu, is not very obscure. A lot of people do know about him, so very hopeful that Funko makes him into a pop in the future. I'll be first in line to get him. So number 5, we have Dormammu. Alright, so at number 4, we have the Sentinel. But with a little bit of a caveat, I only want to make the Sentinel if it is a 10-inch pop. Certain pops, I believe, deserve a 10-inch pop, and Sentinels are not an exception at all. I think they would definitely tower over all the X-Men in your collection. If you had an out-of-box display with the Sentinel in the background and all the X-Men in front of it, I think it'd be a very dope display. So I definitely think, I strongly suggest Funko to make the Sentinels into a pop, which is surprising they haven't done already, but make them 10 inches. And that's actually a good idea for a business perspective as well, because people might even buy more than one just because there's so many different Sentinels. If you had a Sentinel army, I think that'd be a very, very dope display. So strongly suggest that Funko makes this, and I think it'd be a very, very cool statue almost to have in your collection. So number 4, we have the Sentinels. All right, moving right along into the top 3. So at number 3, we have my boy Bishop. Like I said, I'll be a little bit biased with X-Men on this list, but it's my list, so I gotta stand by what I like. So number 3, we have Bishop. Very popular character in the 90s. He's a newer character, as well as the number 2 spot on my list. But Bishop's a very, very cool one. He got very popular, like the animated series. He's part of the Days of Future Past timeline as well. So I strongly recommend Funko to make this into a Funko Pop. I don't know why they haven't already, just due to the popularity. People definitely would scoop him up. Even if you're not just an X-Men fan, you're a Marvel fan, everybody knows Bishop. He got his own comic book at one point as well, so definitely what I could see Funko making in the future once the X-Men start getting introduced into the Marvel Universe. And he was also in the movie as well, Days Future Past movie, so I'm kind of surprised they haven't turned him into one, but I think the time is coming for Bishop to be made to a Funko Pop. So at number 3, we have Bishop. Alright, so number 2, I kind of hinted at it already, we have Jubilee. So I might be the only fan of Jubilee in the world. I know most people don't like her, but being a 90s kid, I grew up with the TV show and I always loved Jubilee. So Jubilee is one of my favorite X-Men. She had the absolute worst power ever in the show. She just shoot little fireworks and didn't really do anything to anybody, but I thought it was kind of cool, and I always liked Jubilee. She was always there to help, even if she didn't really help. But Jubilee in the Funko Pop form looked very, very nice. I do have a statue of her over there in my X-Men collection and a couple different comic books of her, but Jubilee as a Funko Pop needs to happen, and hopefully that's something we get very soon with them starting to do more of these X-Men Pops. And if they do this one, I think it'd be really cool if they did a chase as well with her little fireworks. I think they've done a good job with doing a lot of those little translucent things, and I think they can make her fireworks look pretty cool in Funko Pop form. So definitely one I suggest Funko to do, Jubilee at number 2. Alright guys, and at number 1, this one's probably pretty obvious if you follow my channel at all. I've been asking for this pop for a very, very long time, and it's the easiest one for Funko to make because they've already made this character. At number 1, we have Nightcrawler, but in his comic book form. So we did get that Nightcrawler for San Diego Comic-Con, but that was the one from the movie. And most X-Men fans, to be honest, don't really like the movie Nightcrawlers from the old movies or the new prequels, I guess you call them, for X-Men First Class. But the comic book one is a classic, and I don't know why Funko hasn't done it yet, but I think that we'll definitely get one in the future, and if not, they need to make that into a pop. The other thing they could do with this one is they could do the regular version of Nightcrawler without the sword and make him into a chase with him holding the sword. I'd buy both, I'd track down both, because I think both would be, you know, essential to have in the collection. So Nightcrawler at number 1 is a must. I think a lot of people are going to agree that they'd like to see this pop made in the future, and I think he reigns supreme as far as the king of future Marvel pops. So let me know what you thought about my list in the comment section below. Again, check my boy Kevin out. I'll put his information again right there so you can go check his video out and let us know who had the better top 10 list. If you have not already, hit that like button down below, hit the subscribe button down below as well, and follow me and Kevin on Instagram as well so you can stay connected with us there. Thanks so much for watching, guys, and until next time, I'll see you later.